conflict's heart. Echoes of history. Leaders' challenge. Netanyahu's journey. Unfolding drama. Israel's crisis. High-stakes tale. Power and survival. Israel's leadership under pressure amid Gaza conflict and post-war challenges. For over a decade, there have been mounting calls for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's resignation, driven by a host of concerns including rising inequality, housing crises, corruption scandals, and contentious judicial reforms. However, the recent attack by Hamas on October 7th has intensified the turmoil, casting doubts on Netanyahu's political future, even as Israel grapples with a new war in Gaza. Section 1. Netanyahu's deteriorating image following the assault by Hamas. Netanyahu appeared alongside his defense minister and an opposition leader at a press conference. However, the event was marked by a lackluster performance, as he stumbled over words and faced probing questions from reporters before leaving prematurely. In an attempt to deflect blame, Netanyahu took to social media, formerly known as Twitter, to assign responsibility for the security and intelligence failures on the Israel Defense Forces IDF. This statement, which was later removed, triggered public outrage and highlighted his increasingly vulnerable position. The fallout from the October 7th attack has significantly eroded Netanyahu's political standing. A poll conducted by Reichman University's Institute for Liberty and Responsibility found that 76% of the Israeli public is dissatisfied with the government's response to the Hamas assault. Even before this crisis, Netanyahu's approval rating were in decline, with an overall rating of just 3.9 out of 10. Although Netanyahu has shown no willingness to step down voluntarily, the prospect of a no-confidence vote from within his government looms, potentially paving the way for a more centrist coalition government. Section 2. The shadow of Operation Wrath of God. The historical backdrop of Operation Wrath of God looms large. In 1972, Israel initiated this operation after the Munich Olympics terrorist attack conducted by the elite Mossad unit Kidden. Its mission was to track down and eliminate individuals responsible for the attack and its planning. Operation Wrath of God spanned over a decade and targeted those involved in past acts of terrorism. Now, Israeli officials are revisiting this approach to deal with the potential lingering presence of Hamas leaders after the current conflict. This shift reflects a transition from exclusively targeting those planning future attacks to holding those responsible for past acts of terrorism accountable. The potential revival of Operation Wrath of God marks a significant shift in Israel's strategy, emphasizing accountability for past acts of terror irrespective of the time that has passed. This shift underscores the gravity of the recent events, as Israeli officials are resolute in holding all those involved accountable, regardless of the duration it may take. The continued existence of Hamas leaders, even after the war may necessitate a prolonged campaign targeting those responsible for the October 7th assault. Section 3. Post-conflict challenges. As Israel conducts a ground incursion into Gaza with the aim of eliminating Hamas, questions arise about how the post-conflict phase will be managed. While Israel withdrew from Gaza voluntarily in 2005, it is unlikely to want to return to an administrative role in a territory that may be largely decimated. General David Petraeus, a former CIA director, advises careful planning for the post-conflict phase, drawing from past U.S. experiences in Iraq. The aftermath of the Gaza conflict presents a complex set of challenges for Israel, with implications that extend beyond its borders. If Israel succeeds in eliminating Hamas, the pivotal question becomes what comes next. Lessons from past conflicts, particularly in Iraq, underscore the importance of comprehensive planning for the post-conflict phase. Humanitarian, political, and economic aspects of situation. Conclusion: the ongoing conflict in Gaza and its potential aftermath pose substantial challenges for Israel's leadership. The decisions made during and after the conflict will shape the region's future and could have far-reaching global implications. As the conflict endures, the world closely observes how Israel navigates these intricate issues. The post-war period's evolution will be of paramount interest to all stakeholders involved.